Well, hello everyone and welcome to Speaking of Diamonds. My name is Rich and here we are today with a WIP and chat. What is a WIP and chat? Well, WIP stands for work in progress and chat just means we're going to chat. So go ahead and get your work in progress, whether it's a diamond painting, a cross stitch, whatever type of craft you work on, and grab a beverage perhaps and let's sit down and catch up. If you aren't a crafter or you don't you're not at your crafting station right now, obviously you can listen along as you do errands or work around the house or what have you. So let me start off by telling you what I'm working on. So today I'm working on Winter's King storybook True Heart, and this is a crop of the image here. But this is from Captured by Radiance, and I am obsessed with this series, Winter's King Storybook. I unboxed this a couple weeks ago on the channel. I can link it down below. I'll also put up a full picture of the image so that you can see it. But supposedly there's a whole series of these canvases, and what I find very interesting is when I went to unbox it, I contacted the artist and I asked her, I said, is this based on a book? Like, what is it? Because I want to know more about these characters. And she said that it was actually, it's some stories that she made up for her kids. And she would just tell the stories and whatnot. And these are those characters coming out in art form. And she may even put it down on paper. So I'm very excited about that. But I just love this image. I am actually doing some enhancements here, but let me tell you a little bit more about what I'm working with. So I have pen from, I don't remember where I got this blank from, and I don't remember where I had it turned, but it's a Fordite. It's sort of has this gold orange swirly stuff in it, so it totally goes with the painting, of course. DAC 6 multi-placer and single placer from DAC as well. I love their thin placers. I have another pen here on the standing by. This I bought from someone at the GLE retreat, and this was from Butterfly Effect Wares. And I will admit, when I first saw this colorway that they were launching, I thought, oh, that looks boring. But when I saw this pen, it's anything but boring. It's just so awesome with the sparkles and the dark brown. It looks like, I mean, it really does look like a mocha coffee or something like that with a little bit of glitter mixed in. It's a little bit thinner than I would normally use, but I just love it. It's beautiful. So of course I also have my 6 and my single placer. Some custom decorated pliers here, or tweezers from Donna Bass. I have my really cheap Amazon straightener here, metal straightener that I like. I like the metal one instead of the plastic ones because I just feel that it's a little bit stronger. And today I'm using Mad Putty, and this is from Mad Wood Turnings. This is the scent of cedar. It smells so good, but I'm trying this out. And so far so good. It is a little stringy, but it's also been like 90 some odd degrees here and very humid, and that's how putty reacts sometimes. So I'm not holding that against the putty itself, but it's been working very well. It lasts nice. I got my trash here from Zodiac Shadows. I love these little trash containers because they have a lid on them, and I can't tell you how many times I've tipped them over and they don't spill. Whereas a lot of the trash containers are open and I spill trash drills all over the place. I got my lily pad from Tracy's DP World. This is an invaluable, small but invaluable little piece of equipment here, that it has a little sponge in it that you moisten, and as you're working with ABs, which I'm working with a couple different ABs here on this image, you dab your pen on it and you're able to pick up your AB and it releases quite easily. My tray here is from Munimade. I'm using this primarily for my enhancements. And let me bring my enhancement rack here. This is a Dazzle deck from DP with Sparklers, and these are all the enhancements or potential enhancements I'm going to be making to this image. So I'm replacing some of the colors with, these are all sparklers for squares in various colors of, for the most part, I'm putting these in the border, which is a lot of golds and browns. I have Athens gray for in the tiger's mane. I have some clear because you could always use some clear in there, but I'm also using a number of crystal confetti drills. And if you haven't seen these crystal confettis over at DP with Sparklers, you're missing out. These are crystals with confetti inside of them. And for the most part, most of the confetti is gold, but there is one of them, let me see, this one is blue, like a blue 930, and it has silver glitter in it. And it's just so, it looks so awesome. And then I have some sparkle dust or a dust drill that I'm going to use, that I'm replacing some things, some plain crystals, and then some quad cubes. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to use where, so I have 4 different ones out. And then of course pearls, because you can never go wrong with some white pearls. Release papers are from Bee's Crafty Corner. I got these because they match the image, although I typically source my my release papers from one shop, but when they're somewhere else, I have to go and stray. And then of course I have my tracker over here that I count down the number of days that it takes me to work on something. So I think that's it. And of course my thing. Oh, my trinket tray. This is just a tray from, I think it's red oak wood. It's linked down below. All of these places are linked down below. So let me go ahead and get out what I'm going to work on here. So as I said in a past video, I really have gotten into using tray bricks for kitting stuff up. It right into trays. So I'm using this primarily for my enhancements because I have everything in these tray bricks. And let me show you a quick, see if I can grab one of these and show you a quick trick here. I'm going to grab this one. Now I haven't done this to this one yet, so I have to be a little careful. But here are all my small tray bricks for this image. Then I have 2 other racks of large ones that are 2 racks of 20. This is a rack of 40. But what I noticed, and these shells or towers or whatever I like these towers because they're very low profile. These are from Chris's Craft Corner. Go check them out. Super well made. But here's what I've noticed. Every once in a while, like I may grab a tray and you can see, so you know how we all get stickers in our goodie bags, right? From different vendors. I've never had a place to use them, so now I just started putting them on the tray bricks, and sort of just fun, brings a little levity sometimes into the diamond painting. But what I notice, if I'm grabbing this and I grab it wrong or something, I pull the thing a little bit forward, they will fall out. Okay. So what I did was taking a cue from a confetti tower that I have from AJ's Customs, I believe, on Etsy. I got some magnetic tape and I put a little magnet on the back of my tray bricks here. And then I put, like, I would put this one on, and then I'd put its counterpart that it's going to stick to with this tape sticking out. And I put it into the tower, and now I have a tower that they won't fall out. I'm not saying I can hold it completely upside down and they won't fall out, but if it tips forward, they don't fall out. So I love that I thought of that. I was just like, that was a good thought. So yeah, so I think that's everything that I'm using. So let's go ahead and start to work and catch up. So how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's staying cool. I know it's been quite warm all around the country. And I hope everyone's doing okay. Here, like I mentioned, it's been pretty much a heat wave this entire week, and it doesn't look like it's going to be letting up at all. The other day, we had some would I say strong storms? I'm going to say strong storms. And even one of them had some straight line winds in it, which caused some damage, not here, but around the suburbs specifically. When the storms came, it was quite windy here. But when the storms came, I thought, oh, okay, good. It's going to get cool because normally when it's really hot outside, you're gonna the only way it calms down is you're gonna have a storm, and unfortunately those storms are very violent of late. But it did not cool down. It just got really, really humid. And even this morning, I think it was, let's see, it's 86 degrees outside right now. This morning it was probably in the high 70s. And when I looked up the humidity, it said it was 100% humidity. It wasn't raining outside. It was not raining outside, but it was 100% humidity, which I thought was just interesting because I'm like, I thought that would mean that it's actively raining, but no, that's how humid it has been. So great time to be inside and do some diamond painting for sure. Let's see. So I hope everyone is doing well with the heat, or if you have a lot of rain, a lot of water, what have you. I hope all the things are not impacting you super hard or anything. So let's see. How was your week? I hope you had a good week, whether it was a productive week, whether it was a quiet week and you needed it to be quiet, whatever the case may be. I had quite a busy week. I've had a couple busy weeks with work, just having recently gone through a reorg with my within my division, just sort of figuring out the new boss, doing a lot of things that normally I would have help with from a boss because, it would be an issue that they want to come in on, or it needed to be escalated to them. And now I'm sort of without that for a little bit until the new boss understands the lay of the land. The new boss doesn't do what we do. And quite honestly, I don't see how we fit into her organization, but hey, I'm just the employee. But her organization is primarily like communications and governance, and like digital designers and stuff like that. And here I'm sitting here doing quality assurance over the enterprise fraud management division of the bank. So I don't know how that works together, but the good news is that she seems very reasonable. She seems nice. The one thing, we had our first meeting with all of her leadership folks, and they were very nice and welcomed us to the team and whatnot. And they all said that a couple of them were like, I've been referring to our team as island of misfit toys without a home. A couple of the folks were part of these misfit island teams, and they've ended up under her, and they say it's working very well. So I typically, I think she has to be a good leader if she's able to take on areas and learn areas and support areas and whatnot. So, I'm hoping that comes true. Right now, we're just working on getting to understand each other's styles and preferences and stuff like that. So it's been busy and stressful. Let's see, we just finished out our monthly reporting cycle, and now we're into our, I'm like making a mess here, into our month-end results and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a little busy. I've definitely embraced diamond painting, and diamond painting very quiet and zen-like, because I've needed it. So yeah, so that's been going on. I've also been working on trying to figure out how I'm going to do return to office, because we have to return to office. On Friday of this past week, I had a one-on-one with the new boss, and I brought to her evidence, I guess, that my entire team was formed as a remote team, and not because of COVID, but because we can do our work remotely. And therefore, we should stay that way because of the way that they're rolling out the work from home or return to office stuff. And, I know that an employer can change the name of the game at any time, and they have fully the right to do that. And Illinois is an employee at will state, meaning that they can let you go without cause. Like, they can just say, you know what, this isn't working out, we're parting ways, bye-bye. So I'm trying to tread carefully, but I'm also trying to, I don't like the idea of return to office, because I've gotten very used to working at home, and I enjoy it tremendously, and I love being at home, so I can keep an eye on Sammy as he continues to get older and have some health battles. But it's mostly because of my team. Like, I have a team of people who have redesigned their lives with children and spouses and parents and all this other stuff. They've designed their life around a remote work model, and it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for them to just switch back to going into the office. So I sort of felt the need to stick up for them. So I started the conversation with my boss. I says, look, I'm going to be coming into the office. And what's cool is everyone's like, the company's saying 4 days a week, but my boss is like, no, you just need to do 2 days a week, and you don't need to stay the whole day. So I'm like, that's cool. And she comes, she lives in Illinois, way up north. She comes to the operations center by my house once a week, typically. So I thought, okay, perfect. I'm going to go meet her in person. But then maybe we can have my one-on-ones on the days that she's there, and we can have those in person. So, I mean, it makes a little sense to go into the office if I can see a coworker or whatnot. Before, it was go into the office, but no one is there. Your team is not there. And it was like sitting in the middle of a desert, and sitting on Teams calls all day, which I can do at home. But so I did bring some evidence and stuff like that to her, and I have to advocate for my employees. And it went pretty well for the most part. And the real kicker is that the HR system is so messy that when they started using what is called a work model in this software, they just sort of turned it on. It was March 31st, 2022, and everybody defaulted to something. Well, it's 3 years later, and a majority of my team is either new or has transferred in from somewhere else in the bank. So like, for example, my work model shows the work model from the previous job. It's never been updated. So the fact that they're sort of using that to drive who does what as far as return to the office, I'm telling her this, you can't do this. You have to give me an opportunity to fix it because it's not accurate. So had a good meeting with her on Friday, but, even things like that, it's just like, it's never easy having, the challenging conversations with people, let alone your boss. And it takes it out of you. And then bring into the fact that I came prepared with reports and statistics and screenshots and everything. That took a while to put together. But it went pretty well. And, she was like, I get it. She doesn't want to go back in the office. She's like, but I need to think about this. I need to talk to, senior leadership, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I get it. I just wanted to provide you with all of the information, and I feel that I did a good job of that. So yeah, hopefully this week will be relatively quiet as, like I said, we're getting into end of month and getting month-end reports out and getting ready for our reporting cycle to start all over again. But what else? Oh, Sammy, Mr. Sammy. I always give you a little update on Sammy. So Sammy's doing very well. He went in for another chiropractic appointment, not this past week, but the week before. It was like on a Thursday, I think. And his next appointment is Monday, which we went out a little bit past a week, but I told them, I said, I want to come here. I want to do this, but it takes me an hour to get here. And I can't keep leaving work early and coming out here. Even though I have a work issued phone and I keep up on, chats and emails and stuff like that, I still don't feel right about just piecing out every week at 3:30 because I have to take my dog to the chiropractor. So they were able to fit us in later on Monday. So I'll leave as soon as I log off at 4:00. We'll leave and we'll head out to the chiropractor. But so he did that, and the chiropractor said that it seemed that the adjustments that she had done the week before were, I don't know the technical term, maybe taking, because like he had like his neck was not how it should be. I don't know the chiropractic terms, but there was not how it should be, and it needed adjustment. And the adjustment that she did this week or this past week was less than the adjustment that she had to do before. So therefore seeing progress. So I thought that was good. He hasn't had another bout of vertigo that I can tell. He has been a little standing crooked at times, especially at the end of the day, but nothing that has caused him to have a full-blown, I refer to him as attack, because he sits there and he tries to stand up and he can't, so he's flailing around and stuff, and it's quite horrific to watch. But so I don't know if the chiropractor is helping that. It could be. He has been on medication to help prevent vertigo. And I was talking to his internal medicine specialist, and she's like, she doesn't think there's a problem with taking the medicine long term. She's like, but if he doesn't need to be on a medicine, he's on so many other medicines. Let's try and wean him off and see what happens. And the last time I weaned him off, he went 2 days before he had another bout of vertigo. So of course now I'm sitting here feeling like I'm sitting next to a ticking bomb a little bit, like waiting for him to have another bout. But I hope that's not the case. He may have the vertigo will could come and go, and it could be here for a week, it could be here for 2 weeks, it could be here for 2 days. So I'm hoping that whatever the most recent bout is that he was having has passed, and maybe he's going to be stable for a little bit longer. But at least I know what to look for and how to handle it if he does have a little attack. And I also know that it's not life-threatening, so that's, I'm able to, remain calm and take care of things at home. Whereas the first time he had it, I thought he was having a stroke or something and needed medical attention right away. So he's doing well. I'm, like I said, a little anxious about it. Has anyone ever been anxious and you just can't tell why? You don't know why? Like, that's been me. There was a specific day this week. I forget what day it was, maybe Thursday. And I was like, I messaged some friends and I said, is anyone else feeling like super anxious today for absolutely no reason? And a couple people were like, yeah, what's going on? So I don't know if, like, someone said, is it a full moon? I'm like, no, it's not a full moon. But I don't know what was going on, but the vibes were very weird this week. And I have felt that periodically over the weekend too. So I'm hoping that goes away, because I nobody has time for that. And, now I'm sitting here worrying about Sammy. It's just like, ugh, my response to anxiety, which is interesting because typically it does the opposite. But my thing is, I go to sleep, I go to bed, and I stop thinking. That's my relief from anxiety. And that's not great. I mean, I'm really not fixing anything. If anything, I'm putting it off till later. But I don't want to go to bed right after work. I don't want to go to bed at 6 p.m. Right after dinner or something, just because I need to stop thinking. And what I've noticed is, diamond painting, which has been a definite go-to in the past, at least for this week, it didn't do what it's done before. So what does that mean? Has anyone had that happen where you turn to diamond painting for whatever you normally turn to it for, whether it be anxiety or whatever other type of ailment that you need calming from, and it just doesn't, like, diamond painting is not enough? What have you done in that situation? Because I'm sort of at a loss what else to do. I take an anxiety medication. I diamond paint. I tend to not, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I avoid the BS, if you will. Because I can't handle it. Yeah, I may want to know about it, but I can't handle being in the middle of it, taking sides of it, whatnot. So I'm very much, if this is not working for me from a mental health standpoint, I'm going to walk away, or I'm going to, somehow diminish my role in this so that I don't sit there and just worry about it for the entire time. So I don't know, what else do you guys do? I'm not one much for like, let's go take a bath in the candlelight and blah, blah, blah. I will get out aromatherapy. I will burn a candle. The flame tends to calm me a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I've even tried to get outside and like, let's go for a walk or something like that. And, you know, the 90-degree, 100% humidity weather doesn't really help make that very, very fun. So yeah, let me know in the chat below if you guys do anything else, anything different. I would love to hear it and maybe give it a try. But let's see, what else? As far as diamond painting goes, I started this canvas maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, because I had unboxed this on my channel and I thought to myself, you know what, I've done stuff from this company before, but I did unbox some things, but I'm like, you know what, I want to do a post review of what I thought of the canvas and what I thought of the drills and stuff like that. So I thought, you know, maybe I should actually finish, like work on one of these so I can have an opinion. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I decided to do. I will be doing a quick video on my works in progress, including an update on my temperature chart, which sort of fell by the wayside for a month or so. And I have since caught it up and need to stay on top of that. So watch for that video sometime this week of some finishes that I had for June or for July, and just the progress on WIPs. But when I kitted this one up, I was like, I need another WIP, like I needed another hole in my head. But first of all, I was excited to work on it. I wanted to get into this image. As I was watching Katie from Diamonds and Washi, I think it was yesterday, and you know, she's sort of doing a do whatever kit makes you feel good. I think she calls it chasing the dopamine. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. So I kitted it up, and I took a couple days to decide on, to sort of map out my enhancements, what I wanted to do with it. And so far, I'm really happy with the enhancements that I am making. Another kit that is helping me chase that dopamine is my Star Wars kit. And that one, I don't know, I'm maybe just over halfway through it, and I just absolutely love it. And I will tell you something that I realized this week. I've been working on a Dreamer Designs, this one from Captured by Radiance. Then I did a Canvas by Numbers, and then I have a DAC. I finished my Canvas by Numbers, which was my Summer with the Masters, and the drills were not great. So much so that I replaced like all the background, entire background was 939, and the drills sucked so bad that I bought replacements, and I used replacements for them. My Dreamer's design is great. They have, Dreamer Designs had a problem for a while that their grids were not very tight, and it was leading to a lot of gapping. I almost feel like they went in the they course corrected way too far, and now I'm noticing that some of my drills or some of my placement, it's like it's too crowded. So I'm working through that. And then I have this one that I just recently started, and I'm really in, the drills are great. I have had no problems with the drills, but I'm going to tell you, when I sit down and start to work on my DAC Star Wars kit, those drills are, they're perfect. I have no other way to say it. And they're perfect. And it sort of makes me angry because, not angry, I guess. It's just sort of like, okay, DC, yes, you have the good drills and blah, blah. And, you know, sometimes you just want the bigger companies to, or how should I say it? You want the smaller companies to sort of champion the larger companies. And I'm having difficulty with that this week, with the exception of this Captured by Radiance one, because, like I said, the drills are really not bad here. So yeah, what is everyone else working on? I know, let's see, we had some events ending at the end of July here. So Summer with the Masters is ending, and I did complete my skeleton smoking from Van Gogh. And the Asian event is going on, and I'm still have a canvas in progress for the Asian event. Let's see what else. The Bubble Round event is wrapping up. That was with Christopher Kalasa. And I did one small bubble round for that, just because I didn't know what a bubble round was and I wanted to learn about it. And then I thought I did another bubble round, but as Chris outlined in I think it was like a giveaway video or something, he's like, some of you are doing special drill kits, which is not necessarily a bubble round. He's like, but I'm allowing it. And I realized that my second one that I did, which it has regular drills, but then it'll have like, there's two different flowers. Like it's a cherry blossom tree. So there's like flower shaped drills, and then there's some larger dots and teardrop ones and stuff like that. That's more of a special drill than a bubble round, but I mean, I still liked it. It's still very, very pretty, but yeah, so I was doing that. And then of course the Star Wars and this image, just starting this image, which I noticed. So I've made the decision I really need to lay low with events for the foreseeable future, just because I have too many WIPs that I need to finish, and I don't have the time to keep starting canvases to match a theme of an event. I need to finish some of the stuff that I have out. So I'm going to focus on that. But I was talking to someone last night, and they had asked about Oz and Og, and if I was working on it. I said, probably not, because I'm getting ready for another event, Witch with Diamond Art Emporium, and I'm helping host that, so I need to work on a canvas for that. But I'm like, I sort of need to like just focus a little bit more. And then I look down, I go, but wait a minute, this canvas should count because it's a lion. And there's a lion in The Wizard of Oz, so it should count. So if I wanted to, I could use this canvas. I just don't know that if I'm going to actually do that. I like events because they help me feel motivated and wanting to get things done. But at the same time, I don't want to have to worry about, I have to get this done for an event, or I want to get it done for an event, when my half-done painting is hanging behind me and I really should be working on. So yeah, what other events? Oh, Drills and Chills is going to be coming up. I have a canvas that I could use for that. Again, I don't know that I'm going to super actively participate. I may dabble with a Halloween kit because I like Halloween so much. But yeah. What else? I know a lot of people, watch shows and listen to audiobooks and stuff when they diamond paint. And I have had a lot of trouble lately sort of multitasking. It's like when I diamond paint, I need to be diamond painting, and sort of I've been sitting in a lot of silence. But you know, I have and still working on rewatching all the seasons of Schitt's Creek, and I have also started twice now. I've started the second half of the third book of the Iron Wing series, and I just, for some reason, I can't get into it. I love the story. I love the characters. I want to know what happens to the characters since the last book ended, but I can't focus. And it's like I've listened to the first hour maybe of the audiobook twice now, and I can't tell you a darn thing that happened, because what I find myself doing is I just suddenly go and I start worrying about something or daydreaming about something. So I need to get back into that because I do want to finish that. So yeah, so then I thought, speaking of Katie Diamonds and Washi, she had done a tag a couple weeks ago, if not maybe a month ago. She'd done a tag video, and I thought that could be fun to do. I've never done a tag video, I don't think. So this is new for me, but I'd like to work along with you guys. So as I go through and answer these questions, go ahead and put your answers in the comments down below, because I'd like to see how everyone would answer these questions, or fill in the blanks, if you will. And I will tag down below, even though this tag is sort of time sensitive for time of year. I think we're still good to put it out there, but I'll tag a couple creators and see if they can they have the chance to do it as well. So the tag is 2025 mid-year freakout diamond painting tag, and basically referring to the freakout of, are you meeting your goals and getting the diamond painting that you want to get done and stuff like that. And part of me, well, I'll answer it as we go through. So the first question is the favorite kit completed so far in 2025. So what was your favorite kit that you completed so far this year? For me, sort of a toss-up, I think. I'm going to have to say there's a tie between the canvas I did for June Pride, the rainbow lightsabers. That was just such awesome artwork that I really enjoyed working on that. And I did some small enhancements to it that really, I think, helped it stand out a little bit more. So I really liked that one. But I do have to say, I did a seahorse, or like it was like a rainbow seahorse, and it was an all crystal canvas from Crystal Art Design, and I had worked on one of those before, and I wasn't super jazzed about the outcome, because what I think happened is the first kit that I did from there was much more detailed than the seahorse. The seahorse had a lot more color blocking, and the colors, when I color blocked the blues and the reds and the purples and stuff like that, it is so vibrant, and I'm like, okay, I get this whole crystal thing now. But that is so vibrant and pretty that that's probably my favorite one of this year. So go ahead and put your answers down below in the comments if you'd like to participate, and I will take a look as you post them. Number 2, favorite new release kit or accessories so far in 2025. Star Wars from DAC. Absolutely, hands down, favorite. I was waiting for that. And a lot of times I would mention it and people are like, they don't own Star Wars. I'm like, hello, Disney owns Star Wars and they have Disney now. So let's go. But I love the images that they've come out with them being sort of conceptual art, almost looking like a movie poster type thing. I love them. And the fact that there's this big old, very long canvas, it's 100 and, what is it? It's 129 by 43. And it only has 19 colors. So very sort of compact to bring around. You know, if I were to go to a retreat or something, I would not have a problem rolling that up and taking, you know, just 19 colors with. So yeah, that's been hands down my favorite. Biggest disappointment. I think I have two things. The most recent one being my skeleton smoking and the drill quality was just sad. I was a little disappointed with that. I will give you know, feedback to the company and whatnot. I'm hoping maybe they just got a bad batch of drills, but diamond painting also is not their main business. They do the paint by numbers, and they just happen to have some diamond painting. So perhaps I can give them some feedback that will help them improve. The other disappointment I had this year is, so I had unboxed some images from Heaven and Earth Designs in a previous video, and Heaven and Earth Designs primarily a cross-stitch company. So you can get the canvases, but you can't get drills from them. You have to source the drills separately. And I was able to get some artwork that I wasn't able to get elsewhere. Or I got like at least one piece of artwork that was available somewhere else, but I just wanted to try this new company. Well, I'm going to tell you, I ordered the drills for one painting, and I think I did it right as far as quantity and stuff like that. But the entire thing, buying the canvas and the drills separately, that's probably one of the most expensive diamond paintings that I will be completing. It just was not cost effective. So that made me sad, because I'm like, well, I have a couple more of these and I really want to do them, but they're gonna cost so much money and whatnot. So that was a little disappointing, and that was completely on me, because I don't think I did the math. Well, I obviously didn't do the math when I thought, oh, let me buy these canvases without drills. What is nice is I can buy the drills from where I want to buy them from, so I know the quality of the drills, and I can freely make any enhancements without wasting drills, you know? So for example, let's see, what am I doing here? 930, yep, need this blue. So here I'm putting these crystal confetti down for this color. Well, all of these drills are now gonna go to waste, or they're gonna go into my stockpile, right? Well, if I had to buy the drills separately, I could have foregone purchasing these 930s and just purchased the crystal glitter drills. So, you know, sort of positive and negative, but completely on me. But that was a bit of a disappointment. Let's see, biggest surprise. Biggest surprise. Okay, I'm gonna make a confession here. So I have tried these rulers. I did not find the metal rulers to be helpful whatsoever because they never fit properly. And when you went to peel them off the canvas, I always had drills popping off, which I then had to replace, which then messed up the straight lines that I was trying to go for. So when I saw these, I thought, okay, let's do a little research. Let's check them out. So I bought from a couple different companies, and like this one is from Bystein, and this is for a square DAC, and these two are from, I forgot where these are from, but there's version 1 and version 2, and basically, and I have it written down, don't quote me, but like version 2 is for the new DAC and a certain other companies, and then this one is for old DAC and a number of other companies. And the fact that I don't remember which one is which is okay, because what I do is I just lay it down and I go, oh, okay, this one either fits or this one fits, right? And then I use it. But these work. These work. I used it on my skeleton smoking because the entire background was 939, and it was nice being able to put that down, do the couple rows that you know, because as you work on these, you obviously, like if this was on my square, I'm doing the drills here. Well, then when I take it off, I got to fill in where the plastic was, right? But especially with squares, since they sort of snap together, I was able to do that, and they came out, stayed straight. So that was probably the biggest surprise. I hate the fact that I've used it because I do feel like it's cheating, but at the same time, if it makes my huge color blocking experiences better, then it's totally worth it. Number 5, favorite new to you shop, kit, or accessories. New shop. I mean, all the places that I've been purchasing, I've purchased from before. Oh, I know. Enablers Outpost. I've done their diamond paintings, and I love their diamond paintings, but I never had a pen from them. And I decided to do a pen scription. And what they have turned out, while some of the colors may not be my complete jam, if you will, and Elizabeth was so funny the first time I said that, she's like, oh my gosh, okay, you get to pick out, like 1 month, she let me pick out the colors. That was sort of fun. But as far as the turning and the nailing of the size and making just a very comfortable pen to hold, hands down my go-to now for pens. They work so well. So go check out pens over at Enablers Outpost. They do post normal drops, if you will, and they will list the length and the width of the pen. So if you know you like a thinner one, you can look for the thinner ones. They title them as well, but they give you measurements. You can actually measure like your favorite pen and see how that compares to the one you want to buy. And then the pen scription is every month they come up with a special colorway, and then they make a bunch of pens, blanks, and send them to the folks who have this subscription. So I like that. New or current favorite artist? I'm going to have to say Romance Art. So this Winter King's storybook is by Romance Art, and I am just, like I said, I love this series. They have a couple other series, and I don't know the background on those. I'm going to have to reach out to the author again and be like, okay, tell me about these other ones that sort of look like they go together. You know, where are you getting these from? I like those as well, but I really, really, really like this series from Romance Art. So that's going to be my current favorite artist. New or current favorite genre or theme? I am on a fantasy kick. This is very much like a fantasy type character. I've also gotten on a dragon kick, and I can't get enough of them. So much so that there's been a couple that I've seen that have been discontinued or whatnot, and I have been hunting destash sites and resale sites and gotten several of them through those sites, but it's just like I need to have them because I need to have this dragon. Maybe it's because I'm reading Iron Wing, and like sort of dragons have been humanized a little bit for me, so maybe, I don't know. Kit or diamond painting experience that made you happy? It has to be the Star Wars. I mean, did you see my unboxing? That was not acting. I was like a 10-year-old child unboxing the Star Wars toys from years ago. You know, it was just, I was so excited. I am excited, and I can't wait to continue on and get those done. And word on the street is that there may be additional ones coming out in that style for the other movies. And I think that's awesome. I know a lot of Star Wars super fans hate the new movies. I have a friend who grew up with Star Wars like I did, and he read all of the book series and stuff like that, that sort of helped complete the canon of Star Wars. The new movies came out, and he gave it up. He's like, I don't like these movies. I don't like what they did, blah, 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 blah. I don't mind them. So I want more Star Wars. The kit that made you cry. I don't know that a kit has ever made me cry. I mean, out of sadness, no. Out of frustration, it wasn't this year. It was probably a couple years ago. And it was a canvas that I bought from a company that shall remain nameless. And you know how sometimes they list an image with a recommended size? I was looking at the image, and I was looking at the render, and I thought to myself, this isn't going to work. This is too small. But they recommended it, and they're the experts, right? So I bought it in that size, and let me tell you, it was you could not make out what it was at all, which really frustrated me. And not to mention that the drills were horrible and the glue field was a challenge. It was the first diamond painting that I've ever not finished and actually threw in the garbage. So it was some type of Zodiac thing. Most anticipated kit for second half of 2025. I'm going to say all of my WIPs, because I want to have 0 WIPs or like 1 WIP by the end of 2025. Obviously the Star Wars very excited about the Star Wars ones. I'm also very excited about the Mermaid Princess that I got from Diamond Art Emporium. Diamond Art Emporium is hosting an event, by the way. I'm hosting, I don't know if I mentioned it, Witch. I'll link it down below. Go check it out. You can work simultaneously, or double dip, if you will, with Drills and Chills or any other Halloween event going on. But there's double prizes if you use and enter a canvas from Diamond Art Emporium. So I'll post the link down below to the Facebook site that has all the details, but certainly consider participating in that event. It's being hosted by me, by Tammy, Diamond Painting with NMD, and Elisa, I forget the name of her channel. And we're working very closely with the artist that has a number of, she did a whole witch series, and a lot of people are picking from that series to do for the event. It doesn't have to be a witch, it just needs to be a Halloween canvas. So I'm looking forward to, I'm getting a Halloween canvas, but I got the Mermaid Princess, which is like, it's this mermaid and her sort of bustier, if you will. Is that even what they're still called? I remember that's what Madonna always wore, I guess. Or I heard people, usually my parents or parents' friends, saying, "Oh, she's out there in her bustier. That's so disgusting." Blah 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 blah. But it's silver and very metallic looking. So I'm planning on doing a lot of, I keep pulling my canvas crooked and that drives me nuts. So I'm looking forward to blinging that out a lot. So, but I also want to get to the Empire Strikes Back. I also want to get to the Return of the Jedi. So, I mean, I have a lot of items I'm looking forward to for the second half of 2025. And then finally, overall goals check-in for 2025 so far. So, I mean, look, I have to make goals for work. Not that I necessarily need the goals, but my bosses need the goals so that they can decide how well I'm doing. Like, I get it, but I don't get it. It's like, you know how well I'm doing, and you know how I'm handling things on a day-to-day basis that is never captured in a goal. But I have to do goals for work. I will be damned if I'm going to do goals for a hobby that I use to decompress from work. The only goals that I typically have when working on diamond paintings are ones associated with event timelines. So I will say that from that standpoint, I guess every canvas that I've went to complete for a event this year, I have completed, and most of them I've completed on time or before the deadline, with the exception of one, but I finished it within 4 days of the deadline. So I think I'm doing pretty good as far as any goals that I set, but I don't set, I know some people, they look to do a certain number or certain genre, stuff like that. I don't, the genre thing I could get because that could be fun, but I would love to finish 900 diamond paintings in a year. It's just not going to happen until I realize my dream of winning the lottery and doing nothing, not having to work anymore, and I can diamond paint all day, you know. But so that's how I feel like I'm doing so far. So that's all of the tag questions. I'm going to leave that there. Again, any of the answers you want to put in down below, feel free to do so. I will tag a couple other creators, but if you're a creator and you're looking to have something for your WIP and chat or whatnot, feel free to use it. I took this, or I borrowed it from Katie. She borrowed it from someone else, and so on and so on. So feel free to do that. Just, you know, let people know where you got it from and whatnot, so that they can learn about other creators if they don't know about them. And it was originally, I guess it was originally designed for books, but then it was adapted here for diamond painting. So that's why I enjoyed doing that. So let's see, we're at just about over the hour mark. So I am almost done with this section. A lot of color blocking here with the last part here. And these are all crystal confetti 930s. So a nice blue, light blue color here. Well, actually, here's the original. This is what 930 blue looks like. And you know how crystals just sort of diffuse the color a little bit, but you can see maybe that they're a little blue with the glitter. But yeah, and I think Sammy needs to go outside. So I'm going to wrap it up. So everyone, please have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool, stay dry. Whatever you need to do to get through the week, do it. And, you know, what did I see today? That some spaceship is supposedly going to be arriving at Earth in November. And people are like, I will be waiting for it in my lawn chair, just like waiting. Take us away. Calgon, take me away. So, you know, if that's going to happen, let's make the best of it now, and don't stress out about stuff that's not gonna matter tomorrow. You know. So thank you, everybody. Watch out for some additional videos this week. Like I said, I'll do the WIP one. I may give you a tour of my diamond painting closet that does not have any canvases in it. It's all my drills and storage and pens and trays and all that good stuff. So I may do that, although I'm a little scared to do that because you may send out, you may arrange for an intervention for me, and I don't know that I want that to happen. But I may try and do that one sort of as a little stash video, but not my actual stash, because you ever organize something and then you have to go in it and do something, it gets all messy again, so now you have to organize it again. That's where I'm at with my stash of diamond painting canvases. But I will see you throughout the week. And remember, there is no right or wrong way to diamond paint, so you do you. Whether it's single placing, multi-placing, the type of genre you're looking for, whatever, you do you. Thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.